I set a trap and exposed my wife and brother in front of both our families. I, 34M, thought I had a good life, a steady job, a beautiful wife, 32F, and a tight-knit extended family. But what I discovered flipped my world upside down. This isn't just a cheating story. It's about betrayal that cuts deep, by the two people I trusted the most. And yes, I set a trap to catch them red-handed. You won't believe how far it went. 1. The little things that didn't add up. My wife Rachel and I have been married for 4 years. My brother Jake, 31M, and I have always been close. We played on the same little league team, went to the same college, and even worked in the same industry for a while. He was the best man at my wedding. Rachel and Jake always got along well. Maybe too well. At first, I chalked it up to being friendly. But then, little things started feeling off. Rachel would always light up when Jake texted her. She'd suddenly be busy or running errands when I knew Jake was off work. One night, I walked into the living room and they immediately stopped talking, like I had interrupted something. I confronted Rachel once early on, and she said, "Don't be paranoid. He's your brother." That's gross. So I buried the feeling. But the thing about gut instincts, they don't go away. 2. The mistake that changed everything. A few months ago, Rachel left her iPad at home while she was out. We share Apple accounts, not entirely by choice, but because she once forgot her password and asked me to sync our devices for convenience. That convenience backfired. I wasn't snooping, I swear. But a notification came through. It was a text from Jake that just said, "Can't stop thinking about last night." My stomach dropped. I opened the thread. There were weeks, no, months, of messages. Flirty emojis. Inside jokes. Secret meeting times. Even photos I'll never be able to unsee. They weren't just sleeping together. They were falling in love behind my back. 3. The plan. I set a trap. I didn't confront them right away. I needed proof, and not just for myself. Both our families are incredibly close. Sunday dinners, shared holidays, even vacations. If I was going to burn this house down, I needed to make sure everyone saw the fire. So I started documenting. Screenshots of messages. Phone logs. Pictures of Jake's car parked outside our house when I was supposedly at work. Then I planned the family dinner. It was my parents' anniversary, and we were all gathering at their house. I offered to handle the slideshow and bring dessert. What they didn't know was that I had created a second slideshow, one they'd never forget. 4. D-Day. Everyone was there. My parents, Rachel's parents, my sister, my cousins, and of course, Rachel and Jake. I played it cool. Smiled. Served wine. Toasted my parents. Then I said, "Before we do cake, I made a little something to celebrate love and family." I plugged in my laptop, hit play, and walked away from the screen. First, it was normal family photos. Then, a screenshot of Jake texting, "You're so much better than him." A photo of Rachel in bed, clearly not alone. A time-stamped log of their weekend getaway, the same weekend she told me she was visiting her sister. Gasps. Screams. My mother dropped her wine glass. Rachel went pale. Jake looked like a deer in headlights. I didn't say a word. I just let the slideshow play. When it ended, I calmly said, "I hope you two are happy together. Because you've lost the rest of us." And then I walked out. 5. The fallout. Later that night, Rachel showed up at my apartment sobbing. She said, "It didn't mean anything. I was lonely. You work too much." I told her, "You weren't lonely. You were bored. And selfish. And you destroyed your own life." Jake hasn't spoken to me. But according to my cousin, our parents disowned him. He's staying with a friend. Rachel's parents are mortified. They apologized to me in person and offered to help with legal fees if I wanted a divorce. They were that ashamed. Update, Jake got cut off, and now he wants forgiveness. A lot's happened since I exposed my wife Rachel and my brother Jake at our family dinner. Well, guess who came crawling back? 1. Jake's world is falling apart. Apparently, after the dinner, Jake got completely cut off by my parents. They were livid. Not just because he slept with my wife, but because he destroyed the image they had of their golden son. My dad removed him from the family business. My mom told him not to show up at Sunday dinners anymore. His name was taken off a joint investment account my parents had planned to split between us in the future. In other words, Jake went from being the family favorite to an outsider. He moved out of his nice apartment downtown because he couldn't afford it anymore. Now he's crashing on some college buddy's couch and driving DoorDash between interviews. I didn't feel bad. Until he showed up at my apartment. 2. I know I don't deserve to be here. It was a Wednesday night. I was watching the game when I heard the knock. I looked through the peephole, and there he was. Jake. Hoodie, backpack, circles under his eyes. I opened the door but didn't invite him in. He started with, "I know I don't deserve to be here. I messed up. I know that. But I just needed to say it. To your face." He looked like a wreck. I didn't say anything. I just waited. He kept talking. "Rachel and I, it wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't mean for it to go that far. I thought I loved her, but it was just something else. Some messed up fantasy. It didn't feel real until you exposed us." Then he dropped the real reason he came. "Mom and Dad cut me off. They won't talk to me. I lost everything, man. And I don't blame you. I miss my brother." That part hit hard. But I still didn't say anything. He finally asked, "Is there any way you'd ever forgive me?" 3. My response. I told him, "Jake, you didn't just make a mistake. You chose to betray me, over and over again. You had chances to stop. You had chances to come clean. And you didn't. You don't miss me, you missed the version of me that trusted you. That version's gone." He stood there for a second. Swallowed hard. Nodded. And said, "Okay. I deserve that." Then he turned around and walked away. I didn't stop him. 4. Where we are now. Jake texted me a few days later. Just one line. "I'm sorry again. I hope someday we can fix things." I haven't responded. I don't know if I ever will. As for Rachel, she's been completely silent since the night I exposed her. Word is she moved back in with her parents, and they're making her go to therapy. Good. Meanwhile, I've started going to therapy too, not because I want to heal for them, but because I want to rebuild my life. On my terms. And let me tell you, it's already starting to feel like peace. TLDR. Jake got cut off by our parents and lost his job, apartment, and stability. He showed up at my place, apologized, and asked if I'd ever forgive him. I told him the truth, the version of me who trusted him doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if I'll ever respond again.